Peppa Pig, Peppa's Pumpkin Party. It is a lovely autumn day, and Peppa and George are getting ready for their Halloween party. First, they scoop out a pumpkin to make a lantern. Then Mummy Pig fixes a candle inside and lights it. "Ooh, lovely," sighs Peppa. Mammy and Daddy Pig help Peppa and George put on their costumes. Peppa is a witch and George is a dinosaur. Peppa cackles. "Very witchy," says Mammy Pig.
"Dinosaur!"
growls George. Peppa and George's friends have arrived. Everyone is wearing a spooky Halloween costume. Suddenly, they hear a howl. "Oh! What was that?" asked Peppa. "Only me," laughs Danny Dog. "I'm a werewolf." Peppa notices that Emily Elephant has a green face. "What are you, Emily?" she asks.
"I'm an alien. Blub, blub, blub."
She replies, laughing.
"And Edmund is a ghost." "Actually, I'm a paranormal apparition,"
corrects Edmund.
"That's a clever clog's ghost."
Daddy Pig appears at the door. "Welcome to the party, everyone," he booms. "Come and have some pumpkin pie." Inside, the house is decorated with balloons, cobwebs, and hanging toy bats. Even Madame Gazelle has come to the Halloween party. "Hello," says Susie Sheep.
"I've come as a vampire."
"A vampire," sighs Madame Gazelle. "That reminds me of home." How strange. Madame Gazelle doesn't seem to have a reflection in the mirror. Daddy Pig puts on some music for everyone to dance to. "I love pumpkin parties," Peppa shouts.
"I love dressing up,"
says Susie Sheep. "And everyone loves pumpkin pie," says Daddy Pig. The end. Peppa Pig, Peppa's Spooky Halloween. It was Halloween, and Peppa and George were at Granny and Grandpa Pig's house.
"Please, can we only do spooky things today, Granny?"
asked Peppa.
"Yes, of course,"
replied Granny Pig.
"Most definitely,"
added Grandpa. Grandpa Pig loves Halloween.
"Shall we bake some spooky treats?"
said Granny Pig.
"Yes, please,"
cheered Peppa and George.
"Don't these cakes look yummy?"
said Grandpa Pig.
"They're not yummy, Grandpa,"
said Peppa.
"They're spooky." "Oh, yes, very spooky."
Grandpa grinned.
"Your house isn't very spooky, Grandpa,"
said Peppa.
"It isn't at the moment,"
said Grandpa Pig, showing Peppa a great big box.
"But let's see what we can do with these decorations." "Wow," gasped Peppa, "you have so many Halloween decorations."
"Yes," said Grandpa. "We've collected a lot over the years." After they had made the house spooky, Peppa and George wanted to make themselves spooky too. They looked in Granny and Grandpa Pig's dressing box.
"Monster! Roar!"
shouted George, putting on a funny monster costume.
"Look at me!"
cackled Peppa, who was dressed as a witch.
"And I am the spooky vampire!"
said Grandpa in his best vampire voice.
"Let's try on all the spooky costumes,"
said Peppa excitedly.
"Mummy!"
shouted George, dressing up as a mummy and falling over his bandages.
"Meow!" Meow.
purred Peppa, looking just like a witch's cat.
Ticka ticka,
said George, tickling Grandpa Pig with one of his 8 furry spider legs.
I'm rattling my bones,
said Peppa, shaking her arms and legs in a skeleton costume. Dressing up in spooky costumes was lots of fun, especially when Peppa and George both dressed up as ghosts. Boo! shouted Peppa, jumping in front of Granny Pig.
Oh, you scared me, Ghost George,
said Granny Pig.
No, I'm Ghost Peppa, Granny. That's Ghost George over there,
said Peppa, pointing and giggling. Peppa and George decided to change one more time. George liked the skeleton costume the best, but Peppa had something else in mind.
Look at me,
said Peppa.
I'm a magical Halloween unicorn.
Well, we can't have Halloween without a magical Halloween unicorn, can we? laughed Grandpa Pig. Granny and Grandpa Pig gave Peppa and George a big round of applause.
You're both so spooky,
said Granny Pig.
What spooky thing can we do next?
asked Peppa.
Why don't you put on a spooky show?
suggested Grandpa Pig.
Yes, cried Peppa. We can invite Mummy and Daddy and our friends to watch it. That sounds like a lot of fun,
said Granny Pig.
Spooky fun,
asked Peppa.
Oh yes, of course, Peppa. Spooky fun,
said Granny Pig, laughing. Later that afternoon, Mammy and Daddy Pig arrived at Granny and Grandpa Pig's house.
Wow, Granny and Grandpa Pig
have gone all out this year, said Mummy Pig as she knocked on the door. The door creaked open, and there stood Grandpa Pig in his costume.
Welcome to the spooky house,
he said.
I trust you have come to watch this evening's performance of the spooky show.
Yes, replied Daddy Pig, a little confused. Once all their friends had arrived,
It's time for the spooky show,
announced Peppa.
We hope you find it spooky,
cried George. Everyone in the audience clapped and cheered excitedly. Peppa and George took it in turns to dress up in the spooky costumes, jump in front of the audience and shout, "Boo!" George was a monster, and Mummy, and a furry spider, and Peppa was a black cat, a ghost, a rattly skeleton, and a cackling witch.
Ooh,
gasped their friends, giggling.
So spooky.
At the end of the show, Peppa and George jumped out in their favourite costumes.
I'm the magical Halloween unicorn and this is Skeleton George,
Peppa cried.
We hope you enjoyed our show.
Peppa and George bowed as the audience clapped.
Ooh,
cheered Danny Dog in his werewolf costume.
what a fantastic show,
said Vampire Grandpa Pig, patting Peppa and George on the back.
Well done.
Now then, everyone, said Granny Pig, it's time for some spooky dancing. Hooray! Everybody cheered, jumping up to dance to the funny, spooky music.
Did you have a fun day at Granny and Grandpa's house?
Mummy Pig asked Peppa and George on their way home.
No, Mummy, it wasn't fun, replied Peppa. It was spooktacular.
Peppa and George love Halloween. Everyone loves Halloween. Peppa's Happy Halloween. It is Halloween, and Peppa and her friends are at playgroup. Welcome to my Halloween pick-a-treat, says Madame Gazelle in a spooky voice.
Ooh, gasped the children. What's that?
I've set up some Halloween games and crafts for you, says Madame Gazelle. After each one, you may pick a treat. Outside, Madame Gazelle hands the children pumpkin buckets to collect their treats in.
Wow! This is going to be the best Halloween ever!
Cheers, Peppa. As the children reach the playground, they are amazed. It is filled with Halloween stalls and decorations. Hooray! At the first stall, Peppa and her friends have to guess who is hiding in the spooky costume. Guess boo, says a voice from under the sheet.
Daddy, says Peppa, I can see your glasses.
Guess boo, says another ghost.
Daddy,
says Gerald Giraffe,
I can see your arms.
Well done, everyone, says Daddy Pig. You can all pick a treat. The next stall has a game called Mummy Wrapping.
Who can wrap up their mummy like a mummy, says Miss Rabbit. Ready, steady, go!
Peppa and Susie Sheep race to see who can finish wrapping their mummy in bandages first. It's lots of fun.
Now pick a treat,
says Miss Rabbit. Hooray! Next, the children make some funny monsters.
Wow! My monster is looking at me, says Peppa, with all 4 eyes.
What a marvellous monster, cries Grandpa Pig.
Would you like to pick a treat, Peppa?
asks Granny Pig.
Yes, please,
says Peppa. Grampy Rabbit is running the magical broomstick stall. The children take turns to ride up and down on the broomstick.
I am flying on my broom,
sings Peppa,
all the way to the moon.
Great flying, Peppa, says Grampy Rabbit. It's time to pick a treat. Hooray! The children have lots of spooky fun collecting all their treats. When they have tried everything, they run up to Madame Gazelle together.
It's your turn, Madame Gazelle,
says Peppa, holding out her pumpkin bucket. What do I do? asked Madame Gazelle.
Pick a treat,
cried Peppa and her friends. Then they each give one of their treats to Madame Gazelle.
That's very kind, thank you,
says Madame Gazelle.
Happy Halloween. Thank you, says Peppa. This Halloween was the best Halloween ever.
Cheer all the playgroup friends. The end. Peppa Pig and the Halloween costume. It's almost Halloween.
I love trick-or-treating,
says Peppa.
And jack-o'-lanterns. I love dressing up.
George loves Halloween too. Peppa is trying to decide what she wants to be.
I know,
says Peppa.
I will be a pirate. I will sail the high seas and hunt for buried treasure. But I'm going to be a pirate, says Danny Dog. I even have an eye patch.
Wow.
Maybe I'll be a clown instead, says Peppa. I will do a juggling act. I'm dressing up as a clown, said Pedro Pony. I have big clown shoes and a funny red nose. Okay, says Peppa. Maybe I will be a nurse. I will make everyone feel better. But Peppa, says Susie Sheep, I am dressing up as a nurse. Peppa frowns. Well then, I'll be a witch, with a pointy black hat and a broom. Peppa,
Meow.
says Candy Cat, I already have my costume, pointy black hat, broom. I'm a witch. George has an idea for Peppa. Dinosaur! Peppa does not want to dress up as a dinosaur. Peppa thinks she'd like to be a brave space traveller. But that idea is taken.
Oh no!
She even considers dressing up as a vegetable. Sorry, says Rebecca Rabbit. What can I be for Halloween? Asks Peppa. Maybe a brave cowboy, a happy tiger, a sparkly ballerina. Peppa thinks and thinks. Then she has an idea. I will be a brave, happy, sparkly fairy princess. Peppa likes her wings, crown and wand, but her costume is not quite perfect. Peppa thinks that maybe there is something missing. That's it! Even fairy princesses need muddy paddle boots. Happy Halloween! Peppa Pig, the Pumpkin Contest. Today is Halloween at Peppa's school.
Wow.
We are going to have a pumpkin contest, says Madame Gazelle.
Hooray!
Do you all have your pumpkins? Susie has her pumpkin. Pedro has his pumpkin.
Wow.
Emily, Freddie and Danny have their pumpkins too. Peppa does not have her pumpkin.
Oh no!
It's still growing at my grandpa's house, she says. Just remember to bring it for the contest tonight, says Madame Gazelle. All the children go home. They will come back tonight for the contest. Granny and Grandpa Pig drive Peppa to her pumpkin. Is my pumpkin big? Peppa asks. Oh, yes, says Grandpa Pig. Peppa's pumpkin is very big. Wow! Cries Peppa. It is the biggest pumpkin in the whole world. Granny and Grandpa Pig help Peppa decorate her pumpkin. Spooky, says Peppa. Now it is time to go to the contest. Oh no, Peppa's pumpkin is too big to fit in the car. I will miss the contest, Peppa says sadly. No, you won't, says Grandpa Pig. We just need some help. He calls Miss Rabbit. Miss Rabbit uses her helicopter to lift the pumpkin. All aboard, she says. Next stop, the pumpkin contest. Back at the school, the pumpkin contest is about to begin. The children can't wait. Is everyone here? asked Madame Gazelle. Peppa is not here, says Danny Dog. Oh dear, says Madame Gazelle. We will have to start the prizes without her. The prize for the best pumpkin from the market goes to Pedro Pony. Then the children hear a sound outside. What is that in the sky? It's a flying pumpkin. It's Peppa's pumpkin. Wow! Cry the children. Am I in time for the contest? Peppa asks. Oh yes, says Madame Gazelle. The prize for the best flying pumpkin goes to Peppa. Hooray! Shout the children. Happy Halloween. The end.
Hi kids, did you have fun watching this video? Then like and subscribe for more.